Hey there, explorers! Today, we're going to talk about a difficult topic called war. War is when groups of people or countries fight against each other. Sometimes, they fight because they have different ideas or beliefs, or they want control over something like land or resources. During war, people use weapons like guns and bombs to try to hurt each other, and it can be very dangerous. But war is not a good thing. It can hurt a lot of people and destroy homes and buildings. It can also make people feel scared and sad. That's why it's important for countries to try to solve their problems peacefully, without fighting. Did you know that sometimes wars can start for really silly reasons? For example, in Australia in 1932, there was something called the Emu War. Farmers were having trouble with emus, large birds that were eating their crops. The government sent soldiers to help, but even though they had guns, they couldn't catch the emus. This war became famous for being very silly and pointless. It shows us that conflicts can happen not just between people, but even between animals and humans. And it's not just emus. In nature, animals sometimes fight over things like food, territory, or mates. Have you ever seen two squirrels chasing each other up a tree? That's like a tiny war over who gets to live in that tree. But unlike humans, animals can't talk things out or make peace agreements. That's why it's important for us to learn from their conflicts and work together to find peaceful solutions to our problems. Additionally, conflicts or wars can also happen between companies or even individuals. In the business world, companies might compete with each other for customers, resources, or market dominance. These competitions can sometimes feel like wars, with intense strategies and rivalries. However, unlike military wars, business competitions are usually resolved through market dynamics, regulations, or negotiations rather than violence. Similarly, in sports or games, teams might compete against each other in what can sometimes be called wars on the field or court. These competitions can be fierce, but they are ultimately about skill, strategy, and teamwork rather than actual warfare. Conflicts aren't just limited to battles between people or countries. Sometimes, we fight against illnesses like colds or the flu. Doctors and scientists work together to find cures and treatments to help people stay healthy. Just like in other wars, it's important for us to work together and support each other to overcome these challenges. Even in times of war, there are people who work together to help those affected. They provide food, shelter, and medical care to those who need it. They also work to create peace agreements to stop the fighting and bring peace to the affected areas. So, remember, while war may seem confusing or even strange at times, it's important for us to understand its impact and strive for peace. Thanks for joining us on this enlightening journey, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating and educational content.